Hi, my name is Kelly Mitchell, and I'm doing a subject matter expertise slideshow on mental maps. So let's get right into this. Spiders, scorpions, and snakes. Now, for some people, these images and mere words conjure up a whole bunch of emotion and feelings for somebody that will probably send shivers down their spine. But for other people, so you can say spider, scorpion, or snakes, and it conjures up very little for them. So why the vast difference between the two reactions? Well, the answer is mental maps. And mental map is our brain's wiring that helps us navigate to understand things. So some of our mental mental maps are helpful, and in other words, keep us safe. Some of our mental maps are not helpful, or but they're all right. None of them are wrong. They're all just different from each other's because we all have different experiences, beliefs, and values in life. Okay, so a mental map is like a road map. So let's say I want to go from Vancouver to Victoria, and I got to navigate through a road map how I'm going to get out to the ferry, and after I get off the ferry, I'm going to get to the area I'm going to in Victoria. So that's the same as a mental map. Basically, we have a past experience, and now we have a new experience. And our new experience will definitely be influenced by our past experience. Now, other things that will mold our beliefs, our mental maps, I should say, is our gender, our ages will, where we live, how we live, our education, our upbringing, our culture. Yeah, and basically what they do is that we have experiences from all of those, and then what we do is we blend those in or mold those into our beliefs and our values, meaning making our mental maps. So the intensity of our mental map is based on our five senses. So we have five senses: sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. So the more senses that are activated in an experience, the more intense our mental map will be, meaning the more intense our actual memory will be. Okay, so let's talk about those first creatures I was just talking about in the beginning, but let's just take one of them. We're going to talk about snakes. Now, let's say there's a woman who lives in the south of the United States, and perhaps it was Arizona, and she grew up with snakes around her. So growing up with snakes, she'd go out, she'd play with them, she would dress them, she would name them, get cardboard boxes and make little homes for them. So she had a really good mental map on a snake. Okay, let's talk about someone who may be from Vancouver. Now, Vancouver doesn't have a lot of snakes, especially running around in our wild. So someone from Vancouver may just have no mental map about a snake because they've never seen one or felt one or anything. Okay, but let's talk about another person who perhaps went to summer camp, and at summer camp someone thought it was really funny to put a snake in her sleeping bag. So that night when she crawled into her sleeping bag, and the snake slithered beside her and crawled out of her sleeping bag, sending her into fits of hysteria. So she comes running out of her tent crying, physically ill, upset, and now she's embarrassed, humiliated, because everyone's looking at her and laughing. So if these three people, the one that loved snakes, the one that grew up in Vancouver and had no thought of a snake, and then the girl from summer camp, if they were all standing in a room and this creature walked right in the middle of the room, what difference of reactions would they have based on their mental maps? Well, the first girl from Arizona would probably pick up the snake, pet it, and think, great, how can I take this snake home? The next person from Vancouver would probably just look at it, look away, and not think twice about it. However, that last girl would probably look something like this. She would probably be in fits of hysteria again. So here she is crying and screaming. The only thing this picture is not showing her is her running as fast as she can out of the room, or perhaps jumping on a table. So their reaction to the snake coming into the room are vastly different based on their mental maps. Their mental maps formed by memories of past experiences. Okay, so here's the good news. As we get older, our mental maps change. They upgrade or update themselves. They sometimes they just erase altogether. But the good thing is they do update and upgrade, and we can actually replace them with better mental maps. So the girl at summer camp, I'm not sure she's ever going to get over that. However, one day maybe she touches a snake and thinks, oh, that was as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so let's summarize. Mental maps are good or bad. Some of them serve us well, some of them don't. But if they're from an experience, the nice thing is we can upgrade that experience to a better one. And the good ones are there to help us. So here's Little Miss Helpful, Little Miss Helpful mental map. And she is there to make sure we stay safe. However, don't forget, mental maps are not right and wrong. They're just different from each other. They're not permanent. Some can be really hard to get over, but most of them can be updated or changed. Okay, so next time you have a reaction to something, now you know why. Thank you.